Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I have a news video about the GTA Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, giving you guys my thoughts on this exactly. Now, for you guys that don't know what's going on, the GTA Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, has been a bit of a disaster when it launched. It has numerous glitches across the three games, San Andreas, Vice City, and GTA 3. And on top of that, some characters actually look worse in the Definitive Edition. Like, their models are just absolutely terrible. And you'd think that a Definitive Edition, so many years later, you'd think some of these characters would look better. Not that they would look worse, but some of them actually look worse. So a lot of these game-breaking bugs, a lot of them I've noticed are in San Andreas, but they're across the three games, Vice City and GTA 3. I'm mostly going to be focusing on talking about San Andreas in this, because that's what I've played mostly. I haven't really played much of the GTA 3 and Vice City Definitive Edition, because the only thing I really did in those games is I just tested if the characters could swim. I've been focusing on just a lot of games, San Andreas, Saints Row 2, and Call of Duty Vanguard, so I just haven't gotten the chance to play GTA 3 and Vice City. So it's just the purpose is mostly going to be talking about San Andreas, but San Andreas has a lot of bugs in it alone. And if I was, to take all three games in here, there would just be so many bugs. The point is that most of us can agree this game should not have launched in the state that it is. It just should not have launched. Now, a lot of you guys are probably wondering, how could a game, this buggy, how could it launch? Like, how could this possibly happen? Why would Rockstar allow something like this? I'll tell you why. Now, I don't really have evidence for this claim, but I think that most people can agree this is pretty much true. I have some reason to believe this theory. The reason I think that the GTA Trilogy was released, despite, the horrible state that it is in, is because of Take-Two Interactive. Take-Two Interactive is the publisher, and the second that anything Grand Theft Auto, do you know what Take-Two sees in that? They see money symbols. That's the anything Grand Theft Auto, the first thing they think of is money. And so Take-Two's attitude, Take-Two are probably the people that rushed this out. Not defending Grove Street Games completely, because Grove Street Games, when they did the San Andreas remaster, years ago, that was a bit of a disaster too. But I think that a lot of it is also based on Take-Two Interactive, because Take-Two Interactive, people have been asking for this GTA Trilogy for a long time. People have wanted these games remastered, remade, for a long time. And that's probably the reason that Take-Two Interactive was just going after these PC modders who were actually, a lot of these PC modders were actually doing much better games, remastering these games and remaking these games much better than Grove Street Games. And so Take-Two Interactive's been going after them probably because they want to sell you their own version. And so Take-Two Interactive is basically like, we want a release before the holidays. We want it released before the holidays because they know people are going to be buying gifts for people. People are going to have more money on the holidays, and so they want to have the game released before the holidays. This is typical. This happens a lot of times where publishers will actually push developers to rush a game out right before the holidays because they want before a holiday release because they know they're going to make a lot of money there. But when the game is not in a good state to release, you shouldn't release it, rush to release it before the holidays because it can be a disaster. I mean, look at what happened with Battlefield 4 so many years ago. That's one game that I can think of. Battlefield 4, when it launched, was a disaster. So many glitches. This is like 2013. But I remember EA rushed DICE out because they wanted to release before the holidays, and it turned into a disaster. So that's at least, my theory on what exactly happened there. But now moving on to this, we're going to be reading this Newswire post from Rockstar. And this is really rare because I'll tell you something. I can't remember one time that I've actually seen Rockstar apologize to people, really one time. They very rarely do this. This is super, super rare, what's going on right here. So Rockstar has made a Newswire post where they actually acknowledge this. I was very surprised that they acknowledged this, because usually they don't ever talk about problems. Look at all the glitches that GTA Online has had over the years. All the annoying glitches. Orbital Cannon glitch, Titan glitch, just constant crashes, horrible servers, cloud screens. They never address any of that stuff. So I'm very surprised that they actually address the glitches here. Probably because they're not the ones who made it, so they're probably doing a little bit of damage control here. But anyways, let's read through this and I'll tell you guys whether I think this is sincere or not. A note from the Rockstar Games team. Grand Theft Auto the Trilogy the Definitive Edition. Hi everyone. We want to provide an update regarding an unexpected technical issues that came to light as part of the launch of Grand Theft Auto the Trilogy the Definitive Edition. Firstly, we want to sincerely apologize to everyone who has encountered issues playing these games. Grand Theft Auto series and the games that make up this iconic trilogy are as special to us as we know they are to fans around the world. The updated versions of these classic games have not launched in a state that meets our own standards of quality, or the standards our fans have come to expect. Okay. We have ongoing plans to address the technical issues and to improve each game going forward. With each planned update, the games will reach the level of quality that they deserve to be. A new title update is on the way in the coming days for all versions of Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, that will address a number of issues. We will update everyone as soon as it's live. In the meantime, it pains us to mention that we are hearing reports of members of the development team being harassed on social media. We kindly ask our community to please maintain a respectful and civil discourse around this release as we work through these issues. Okay, I think most of us watching this can agree no developer should be getting harassed. Even if they did a bad job, nobody should be getting harassed. Nobody should be getting threatened. That is just unacceptable. While one of the goals of the Definitive Edition was to allow players to enjoy these games on modern platforms for many years to come, we also understand that some of you would like to have the previous classic versions available for purchase. Yep, they acknowledge that issue. So, people are pissed off, and, rightly so. There's a good reason to be pissed off, but there's no need to harass and threaten developers for that. Just make reviews. Post your thoughts online, say this is unacceptable, like I'm doing right now, but there's no need to, harass or threaten anyone. That's just not okay. But now they say they're going to be releasing the classic versions. When Rockstar announced that they were taking the old games off of the stores, the old games, the classic Vice City, the classic San Andreas, the classic GTA 3, I felt in my gut that something was off. I don't know exactly what it is. I can't explain it, but I felt like something could go wrong. Because you never know. Now, I was hoping that nothing would go wrong. But I know that something could go wrong. And there's also that nostalgia feel of playing the old games. That's why I told people, specifically to buy the old GTA games also, because you don't know what's going to happen. And right now, as I'm reading this, it looks like the classic versions are only available on the PC. Somebody confirm with me if that's true or not, but I went on the PlayStation Store. I was trying to find the old GTA games. I was trying to find the old San Andreas, the old Vice City, the old GTA 3. I wasn't able to find it. So if it's on the Xbox Store, or if you guys found it on a PlayStation Store, maybe I just missed it or something like that, let me know down below. But I personally was not able to find it. So it's good they're really bringing back the classic versions, but you need to bring this back on everything. Xbox, and on top of that, and on a PlayStation, not just on PC. Okay, now this right here. We will be adding the classic PC versions of Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas back to the Rockstar store shortly as a bundle. I don't like the way this is being framed. Additionally, everyone who has purchased Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, the Definitive Edition for PC from the Rockstar store through June 30th, 2020, will receive these classic versions in their Rockstar game launcher library at no additional cost. We will update everyone as soon as these are back in the Rockstar store. Now, the question is, why is this only for PC? I know the PC version was a bit more of a disaster, but why is PC the only one that's getting these games for free? Now, I know developers work hard for the games they make. I'm not denying that. But I think that Rockstar has some obligation to make it right with the community here, that they've messed this up. I think a lot of us can agree with that. They have messed this up. And so, PC is getting the trilogy, free. What about PlayStation and Xbox players? What about them that want to be able to play the old games, but now they can't buy it on the PlayStation Store? What about that? What are they going to do? You know what Rockstar could have done? Rockstar could have, let's read the final paragraph. Once again, we'd like to thank everyone for their patience and understanding while we work through these updates to ensure the games meets everyone justifiably high standards. Justifiably high standards. Every game should have high standards. No game should be launching in this state right here. They messed up. This game was not ready to launch. They should not have launched this. And they probably also wanted to launch this before the GT Online update, because GT Online is getting an update in December, and so, if anything messes with GT Online shark card sales, they don't want anything to affect that. They want to milk this, and then they want to milk the shark card sales. This is not okay. The state that these games have launched in, this is not okay. This is not acceptable. Now, what they could have done is they could have put an extra paragraph in here. And they could have written in here, we apologize to everyone that is disappointed. Everyone that is disappointed, we will offer you a full refund. That's what they could have put down right there. They could have also said, we will give all PlayStation and Xbox players the old GTA trilogy for free. The old one, the classic ones, who have purchased the Definitive Edition. Nope, they're just saying it for PC here. They're not talking anything about refunds, and people have been having such a hard time getting refunds. There's a reason that this game does not even have 1 out of 10 on Metacritic. Not even 1 out of 10. I have never seen something like this before in a Rockstar game. I have never seen a Rockstar release ever get a score like this. Usually Rockstar releases have just such high scores, but this, I haven't seen anything. I've seen updates, don't get me wrong. I've seen people give, like, updates really bad scores and stuff like that. Like, you know, the Red Dead updates, I think we can agree are a disaster. But I've never seen an actual game that is involved with Rockstar. Now, I know Rockstar were not the ones who were, you know, making the game. It was Grove Street game, but it was still a Rockstar game at the end of the day. I have never seen something like this, where it gets this bad of a score. And so for the people that are wondering, you know, what's the big deal, Professional? You know, what's wrong with these games exactly? I'll show you guys now, wrapping up this video, some of the problems that is. And I didn't make a video, you know, addressing the glitches in San Andreas specifically because, like I said, I apologize. I've just been busy with a lot of things. I've been doing Vanguard and San Andreas Definitive Edition and Saints Row 2, and I've also, you know, visiting my family right now for Thanksgiving, so I've just been really busy. So sorry that I haven't, you know, done a video specifically talk about these glitches. However, though, I have talked about these glitches and how they've pissed me off in my playthroughs. If you've watched my playthroughs of San Andreas Definitive Edition, I actually have the glitches recorded on the screen, and I actually talk about how much they pissed me off. But basically, here are some of the glitches that I've encountered while playing San Andreas Definitive Edition. So, right when I started up the San Andreas Definitive Edition, the very first time, CJ's arms were glitching out like crazy, like the first mission, like his arms were like turning green, and it was actually pissing off people. People that were trying to enjoy my playthrough were getting annoyed by that, because it was just so distracting when you're trying to watch San Andreas and you just keep focusing on CJ's arms, so they keep glitching out and turning green for some reason. I don't know why that was happening. Thankfully, this glitch at least is not happening anymore. I have not seen this green arm glitch anymore, but then I encountered another annoying glitch. I encountered the Doberman game crash glitch. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Doberman game crash glitch, I'm not sure if the glitch has been fixed yet, but basically, if you are playing on Fidelity mode, which Fidelity mode is supposed to be making the game run look nicer, Fidelity mode oftentimes will actually crash your game. So it's actually, I would recommend playing the game on Performance if you're actually playing these games. And what happens is, the second that I get this cutscene in Doberman, the game crashes. Take a look at this. You must take out the enemy gang to gain this territory as your own. No! No! Oh my god. Okay, so now we try that again. Hopefully it doesn't crash this time. What the hell? Again? So I've had the game crash 2 times. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do at this point. I Google it, and people on Google were having the exact same issue as me. And people said to fix the Doberman glitch, you basically have to go from Fidelity to Performance. So I know some people are going to say, oh, it's not a big deal, you can just change to Performance mode. But this should not be happening. No matter what mode you run the game on, you shouldn't be getting crashes like this. This simply should not be happening. Now, moving on, I had gotten this other annoying glitch right here. Take a look at this. I got this glitch when I was doing the Catalina, the Red County missions. And I just finished the mission. I did the mission relatively quickly. And I drive to her little safe house cabin here, and I get this. So I got no ammo left. Okay, there we go. We did that mission actually pretty quickly. That mission can actually go on for some time. How far are we from the hideout? Okay, not super far. Okay, what the? What? Okay, well, it looks like the San Andreas Definitive Edition experiences some game-breaking bugs. So we've already experienced a few on this. Like, this is unacceptable. Like, you know, this is unacceptable. They should not have released this in this state. Like, this is just... like, Catalina's gonna be moving her hands around, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, what is this right now? Like... Okay, come on. You know... Maybe if I change the... Ah... If I change it to performance, maybe it does something. No, she's still doing it. Oh my god.
No.
So look at this. She's just basically standing there, constantly moving her arms around, like, you know, what the hell? Like, what's going on here exactly? And I'm not able to skip this. No matter how many times I tried to skip this, I would try to press the X button because I'm playing on PlayStation. It wouldn't work. I was not able to skip it. I wasn't able to get through it. And so, you know what I had to do? I had to close my app, and I had to replay that mission. The autosave didn't kick in here. I didn't get an autosave checkpoint. I had to, you know, go back and redo the entire mission. So I had to replay the entire mission, doing that mission, the liquor store a robbery, killing the gang that robbed the liquor store, and then driving Catalina back. I made sure to turn on performance mode just in case if it was that. I don't know if this was caused by fidelity mode, but like I said, run it on performance mode. And then I also had this glitch. This glitch is one of the most noticeable glitches. So right here, I'm driving through the countryside, and I remember the countryside map in San Andreas. I remember that there's supposed to be a bridge right here. And I'm driving, and I see on the map that there's no bridge at first. And I'm like, what the hell? I see in front of me there's no bridge, but on the map, it looks like there's a bridge. I'm like, well, what's going on here? I crash my bike, I land right here, I'm literally floating right here. So there's an invisible bridge, you know, going back and forth, back and forth. How is there no bridge here? What's going on? And then lastly, I also encountered this glitch. This glitch right here is in the truth mission. Are you going to San Fierro? Now this glitch right here, it wasn't as bad as the other ones, but there's part of this is also glitch, and other part of it is the mission doesn't look that good. Now in the original San Andreas, I thought this mission played out better. You know, you'd be burning the weed fields as the cops are coming in, and these kind of like these little like glass, like, I don't know what these things are called in a farm, but you know what I mean, the little glass things that basically, you know, hold the plants, you know, together on top. Those things would shatter and go into a lot of pieces, but here they just disappear. And then the map icons were actually wrong. So you see the map icon says I still have to burn more weed over here, but it's not popping up. And then once I go over here and I burn the rest of the weed, they disappear. But regardless, the map icons were wrong. But also, I remember another glitch, just now thinking about it. In the Mad Dog mission, when you have to go into Mad Dog's mansion and steal his rhyme book for OG Loke, I'm stabbing enemies without actually stabbing them. You can see right here. What the? So, I can, like, stab people without even stabbing them? Is that okay? So, what is going on here exactly with this game? And the thing is, I'm like, at this point, I'm kind of like, I'd say like a third of the way through San Andreas, because like right when you get to San Fierro, that's kind of being like a third of the way through the storyline. This is not even half of the glitches that I've encountered, I guarantee you. Unless there's like a bunch of patches, I'm still probably going to encounter a bunch of glitches, and it scares me what else I'm going to encounter. I am having fun replaying San Andreas, and I love playing San Andreas for you guys. So I am having fun with the Definitive Edition, but a lot of these glitches are getting really annoying, and they're really getting annoying to you guys, the viewers. But you guys are trying to enjoy watching me play San Andreas, trying to like my playthrough, and it's very difficult for me to sometimes play through my playthrough when I gotta deal with these glitches. I know it's funny at times, you know, when I rant about these glitches, but it's still annoying that this happens when you're playing the game, and this is just unacceptable. It's unacceptable for any developer to have something like this, and there's a reason the Metacritic score is not even 1 out of 10. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think about the state of these games right now. I don't recommend buying these games until these issues are all completely fixed. Once these issues are all completely fixed, then maybe buy the games, see what Rockstar has to offer. If you're not sure about buying these games, you can also watch my playthroughs. I'll be doing these and talking about these glitches and what I think of the game as I'm going through it. Because I don't just do the story. I also talk about the gameplay, and I talk about, you know, what I think of these games as I'm doing the playthroughs. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone.